Hello.
How's it going?
Good, and yourself?
Yeah, really good. Sorry, I was just finishing up my breakfast.
No worries.
Mhm.
What time is it right now?
It's 2 p.m. Yeah, I don't think I've woken up before noon in like the last like year, probably. Ever since COVID hit, I'm pretty sure I've not woken up before noon. Unless like it's okay, sometimes I have to wake up before noon because there's like an exam or something and then I just go back to sleep. So yeah, basically.
So tell me, what's your poker experience like? Where are we at?
So if I had to give myself an elo in poker, like a chest elo in poker, I would give myself like 800. Like I'm probably 800 level in poker. I played a few community events, and I've also played in like some streamer slash like influencer events, which went pretty good, honestly. I think my total poker earnings are already more than my chess, because you know poker is just cracked like that. Honestly, it's pretty cool.
Okay, so what is your first impression? Like, what have you picked up, or how do you understand the game so far? Like,
Okay, so the things I've learned, the pre-flop chart things, like what what hands I should play. I've played 6-person tables and I've played 9-person tables. And like some of them were, I played tournaments, I've played sit and go, I've played cash games as well. So like I know like kind of what the differences are. I've learned to like not limp, I guess, and to call or like I kind of know when to raise, when to fold, when to all in, which hands are okay for all in, and how to play at different stages of of a tournament. I've been told that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think I have like a decent idea of what's happening. It's just I haven't played like a lot of games, you know? So that's like probably where my main issue is. Like I have the theory for it because someone's coached me on that, but it's just like I haven't played that many.
okay, great. So the baseline for you, I think, is to get a good understanding generally of what type of hand you want to commit how many chips with or how much money with. That's basically the core idea, is that the better you get, so even on my level, like it's the same idea, just much more advanced. And that's similar in chess, right?
Yeah.
Like you have this game tree, you have these different options, these different choices, and each of them has a certain evaluation, or like we call it EV, so an expected value. Is like, okay, in your world, it's like, okay, this move is a plus 02 and this move is a minus 03 or whatever. And,
yeah, pretty much.
That's how we do it too, but just that our return, like your return, is in maybe like in pieces, or like in pawns, or I actually don't know. Is this plus 02? Is that in pawns basically, or
plus 0.2? So like a pawn is worth 1 point, right? So if you're plus 0.2 in chess in terms of valuation, you're only plus like a fifth of a pawn.
Okay, yeah. So that's So for us, it's always in dollars. So we would always,
for sure. Yeah, dollars. That makes it like very easy. That's pretty cool.
Okay, so I would suggest first what we do is just to get in the game, let's play some all in or fold.
Okay.
Which is basically a mode where you learn a bit around these equities. Okay, so basically what this game is about is you only have 2 choices, right? So it's a bit simpler than normal poker where you have more choices. So here you basically can fold or go all in. Okay,
wait, I don't have cards, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, you should be getting them.
Oh, now I'm getting them. Okay. So it's either fold or you go all in.
Exactly. And so now it's about, you need to move your Pikachu a little bit, I think.
You can see the cards?
Yes.
Wait, where do I even... Okay, I'm trying to figure out how this works. Oh,
so
wait,
you see the 2 cards in front of you, right?
Yeah.
And so basically with these 2 cards, you can then decide if you want to go all in or if you want to fold.
Okay. So it's simple. Okay, this is not like... Got it.
This is mostly gambling, but it's just a good way to get a feeling for, okay, you know what.
Oh wait, I won that one.
So basically now here it's about getting a feeling for what's basically the main question that I ask myself is, okay, what's the worst hand you should go with, basically. Right? Because if you know that, then you know what you should go all in with and what you should fold. And actually, in these type of scenarios, that's where mostly players make the mistake that they are too linear, you know, like that they almost always have kind of the same type of hands that they go all in with. What I want to explain you here is, crushing. Well done. What I want to explain you here is that basically when you're early position, so when you're the guy on the cutoff, do you know what the cutoff is?
No, what's the cutoff?
The cutoff is the position before the button. Do you know what the button is?
No. Wait, yeah, I know the button. The button's the person dealing, right? Or he's the first one to go. So he's at a disadvantage because he has to go first.
It's correct what you said, but it's the other way around. It's an advantage. Because
wait, being the button's an advantage? Wait, why?
So you see the button is the D that you can see on the table, the yellow little plug. It's an advantage to be on the button. And so basically the positioning is that there's the dealer, which is the button, and in the early days the button was actually dealing the cards.
Okay.
So each hand, the button was moving one position and the person was dealing the cards.
Right.
And so the dealer button is the person with the best position at the table.
Oh.
Because the action starts to the left of the dealer. After the flop.
Oh, so I see the button is actually the last person to play.
After the flop, yeah.
Oh, okay, I understand. Oh, so he's at an advantage because he's the last person. So I understand the logic, of course. Being the last person to play, you get the most information, right?
Exactly. So you can close the action, right? That's why the button is a pretty good position.
Okay, I totally understand that.
It's also why you almost always play the most hands from the button.
Okay, I understand now.
Yeah. So basically in this scenario, what is important is to learn is that the hands you play really depends on how many players there are left behind you to act. So when you're really short, now we play with 10 big blinds, right? I've seen in your stream that you know what a big blind is.
Yeah.
So the blinds is basically to the left of the button. There's the small blind and the big blind. And so in this case, we play 5 cents, 10 cents. So every hand, the left to the button posts 5 cents and 10 cents. And so that kind of makes sure that there is action in the game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So his call with Queen Jack, for example, here was bad.
Okay.
That was too loose of a hand.
Okay.
And so it's just getting a feeling for. I will try to commentate a little bit on. And this is the hand you should be
money.
calling.
That's all that matters. I should all in on that. Queen 9-10 suited.
Yeah, it's very close, but it's actually a hand where suited connectors, like 9-10 suited, for example, Jack 10 suited, they are doing pretty well. It's not amazing, but it's good enough.
Good enough to all in. But like if say like I wasn't in like a game mode where I could only fold all in, would I still all in that like just regularly?
Depends how good your opponent is.
Yeah, okay. So that's what I was thinking too, yeah.
Against me, it's good because I will go all in a bit looser against you because I know you're not gonna be calling correctly. And against a weaker opponent, it's fine to. I would also fold it because they're not going wide enough.
Wait, what does not going wide enough mean?
Yeah, so basically, imagine here, you need to think about what hands can my opponent have, right? So if I go in there, you have to risk $1, so 10 big blinds, to win 21. And
okay.
Now you got me.
Let's go. Easy game.
So in this level, you're crushing it. So in this level game, it's entirely skill. So this is to boost your confidence before we get into
this is to boost my confidence before you crush me in cash games, right? Understood.
So I just want to show this because in tournaments there's a lot of these shorter stacks situations where it's really about what hands can my opponent have.
Okay.
And so if you look at the 9-10, for example, that you had, If your opponent never has a worse hand, then it's a pretty bad call, right?
Yeah.
But what do I do with 4-5 or with 10-8 or with 6-7 or with, you know, like there's a lot of hands that I will actually go all in with.
Right.
And so that's that's the question we should always ask ourselves. You know, 9-10, yes, you will be behind sometimes. You know, sometimes I have ace-10 or sometimes I have ace-king or pocket jacks. Like I can have these hands too, but also quite often I have worse hands.
Okay.
And so it's about figuring out where your hand stands basically versus the hands your opponent can have.
Yeah. So the only knowledge I really have about this right now is obviously like the pre-flop charts. I'm still like trying to slowly figure out. Like I'm starting to understand better what card combos and stuff is good, but yeah, it's still like a little bit scuffed.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show that so that you can see is like, okay, that's kind of that's the core of it. In every situation, you will look at, okay, what is my opponent's range basically? What is my hand or my range? And then you think about what's the best action basically against that.
Right.
So now in this spot here again, for example, if I would go all in, 8-5 is a clear fold, but like I just had Jack 5 suited, for example, and I would have gone all in with that hand.
Okay.
So you can see that there's also hands that I have that are not so good hands, but are still profitable to go all in with. And
I keep winning. Yeah, let's go! I'm making money. Wait, this is real money too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, this is what I like about poker.
You're printing.
I'm printing. It's okay. You're gonna crush me. You're gonna crush me soon.
Let's see. So yeah, correct. That was the correct call. And you got me again.
Okay, I'm just getting lucky. Okay, this is not a. I'm actually just getting lucky.
That's what this game is also about. Let's sit out this game and let's play another one where there's more. It's more real poker.
Okay.
So with 15 big blinds, we will definitely be raising, not only all in, but definitely be raising. And we need to be a little bit tight here, so we can't play too many hands.
I mean, I'm gonna fold this one too. Okay, wait.
So what would be, like, let's say, what would be the best hand you would, or the next best hand you would want to play here?
What do you mean by like next best hand?
So you have 9-5 now. What would you do with 9-7, for example, or
still fold,
or 9-8?
That it depends on the suits, right? Like if they're suited, I might play. Here, should I play call or?
You do, and then I explain what I think.
Pardon?
You play, and then I explain.
Okay. Sounds good.
I don't want to interfere in
gambling. Understood.
Check.
All right.
Check.
Now it's just more fair towards the other players.
Yeah.
I explain what I think afterwards, but
definitely understood. It's like playing chess, and then I just backseat everybody. Here I should just fold because there's nothing. Or I could have bluffed, I guess, but.
So this is a hand on the flop. You actually have a pretty good hand.
All in.
With the flush draw.
Fold.
And also potential pair draws. So on the flop, it's a hand I would be betting in your position.
Right.
So when I saw that you played your hands pretty passive. As a general idea, I would tell you that when you have something like a hand that maybe seems like, it could make a better hand, that you start bluffing this type of hand. Or let's not even call it bluffing, but just betting in general.
Yeah, it's hold up deuce. Okay. So in that position, when I had the king two, I should have just folded. Well, I mean, I checked until the end and then I folded. So that was an okay play, or?
It's an okay play, but I think it would be better if you on the river I would have folded too. Yeah. So when he bet and it was your turn, I think it was good to fold, but I would have started betting it before. So I wouldn't have just checked it down. I think it's better to be betting it.
To be betting it, but.
Fold.
Okay, it was better to be betting it, even though the way I played, I guess I lost less. So
Yes, correct. Maybe he folds, you know? So
that's true. So yeah, okay, I understand. All right, so it's all about optimal play. Like you don't want to think. Well, I mean, aren't you thinking like about what they're playing as well? Like
All in.
sure.
Call.
Of course. So here, our rule of thumb, below 8 big blinds, we only go all in or fold.
right, okay.
So with the ace-5 here, you have about 3 big blinds. I'm gonna explain you why that is. Okay. So
Okay.
why don't you want to call with the ace-5 here, but you want to go all in? Because imagine he has a hand like deuce 7. Okay, or 3-5 or 9-4 or anything like that, like his weak hands. Yeah.
Mhm.
If he has this weak hands, you give him the option to just check and look on the flop. So you give these really weak hands of him, you let them see a flop.
Okay.
And you don't want that. You
don't
want to
you want to like
fold
kind of
out these really weak hands.
wait. Sorry, do you mind repeating that?
Sorry?
Do you mind repeating that? The fold.
Yes, of course. So you had the ace-5 with
Mhm.
3 big blinds right now.
Yes.
Yeah. And you decided to just call.
Okay.
And so when it's his turn, he now can check, and then you go to a flop.
Oh, and then that's when you can decide whether or not you should all in or not. But if I had just all in at the start, he would have had to make the choice right there.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, yeah, I totally get that.
So especially when you have a decent hand, you don't want to give him the free look, basically.
You're right. Okay,
to
so
you want
by
to pay for
checking,
it.
yeah, I gave him like chance. Like
Exactly.
I see. So
Imagine you don't like, for him it's really easy then on the flop. If he makes a pair, he will continue. If he doesn't make a pair, he will fold. So you give him the free option to make a better hand than you, and you want to charge him, you know, you want to charge him a price and say like, hey, you know, if you want to see this flop, you need to pay.
right, that totally makes sense.
Okay, so we
this
play
is
for $20. We're gonna win this one.
Okay. This
Okay.
is the part where in poker I'm starting to understand. Okay, this is an all in
Fold.
for me.
Raise.
That's correct, yes.
Call.
The 7-10 suited is also a hand you could have been going with.
Oh really?
It doesn't seem like it, but I think it's a winning all in, like a winning play, basically.
Okay. I
And
see.
crushing
Yes, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, now let's apply what we've learned. Okay, so you have 10 big blinds.
Uh-huh. Well,
Mhm.
no, I have 19.5, right?
Yeah, okay, but effective, right? So you
I'm
have
gonna
19, but your best opponent basically, or your opponent with the most, has 9 only.
Oh, okay. So I should have all in on that one.
Yes, probably.
Okay.
Although in this scenario, actually call is the best option, but it's a pretty special scenario because one of the players is all in with a very small amount. So it would have been best to go all in with it. But now in this scenario, you know what to do.
Mm-hmm. All in. Let's go.
One language.
Okay.
Crush. Oh. Okay, that's unfortunate.
Wait,
but
what happened there? Did he have an
So now you both have a flush, so you split the money.
Okay, I see. It was split. Okay. Well, this is
Okay,
another
now-
all in.
Now you have the chance to knock both of them out.
Mm-hmm.
Fold.
Wait, I don't even have an option. Okay.
Yeah, you're waiting for now. Let's go.
Oh.
Let's take him out.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Wait, do the
Boom.
big blinds go lower and lower or something? Like
Yes, you can see on the top the blinds are rising.
Oh, because they're forcing you to do it. Oh, this is just
Exactly. So
unfortunate.
it goes up. Wow. Okay,
He had pair aces.
that's very lucky.
Yeah. I mean, in all in, that was happening. Okay, so here I'm gonna fold.
Fold.
No.
Oh, that wasn't a fold?
No. So, look, he has 1.2 big blinds.
Okay.
So you basically you only need to risk
All
a
in.
little bit more.
Call.
So any hand you have is enough.
Any hand I have. Oh, I see.
This is actually any hand you have. It's not a single hand you're folding.
Okay. Oh.
Because he has to be all in with any hand he has. You get such a good price against any possible hand he can have that you can go with almost anything.
I see.
Yeah. So that's the part that I explained to you is first we need to look at what are we risking. So if you look at what you're risking, you needed to risk 1 to win 4.
Oh, I didn't need to. It's not always about like whether or not I win the hand. It's about. I think I'm starting to understand. It's like the risk is very minimal. So instead of like worrying about whether or not I am going to win it, it's just worth like the chance that I do win it, right?
Exactly. So imagine now, like if I give you the option again, right? In this scenario, I give you the option, you risk $1, and if you win, you get 4 back, and if you lose your dollar.
Okay.
Yeah. So now the best hand you need can be a pretty weak hand because you only need a hand that
because you can
wins.
keep pressuring him. So if he beats me though, he doesn't get big blinds back.
Oh, he gets.
He does. Okay, he gets, right? So that's what I'm scared about. Like every time, like if I do something wrong, and what if they get like big blinds back and they're back in the game, you know?
That's true, but think about it this way. So the risk reward for you, it's really just about trying to make decisions that make you the most money.
Right.
And it might go wrong, but in the end, it's about the accumulation of each of these small good decisions. Yeah. So in this scenario,
see. Yeah, it's expected value. It's just the long run.
Exactly. We just want to maximize these small value decisions, basically, and then over time it will add up. So basically, in this scenario, if we look at this, you needed only a hand that wins like 25% of the time because you risk less than one big
so
blind.
you're thinking about it. So you're thinking about it literally in terms of like the money, like the.
Exactly.
Oh, I see. Wait, that's my degree is in stats and math. I can do this.
There you go.
Okay.
It's very probabilistic actually because you look basically you calculate how much am I risking and how often do I need to win for it to be break even, right? So if it's a coin flip scenario, then you need to win 50% of the time. But in this case, it was much better odds. So it was like you get 4 to 1. And now you need to look, which hands are better than this, right? Which hands are still profitable to call? And in this specific scenario, every hand was profitable to call.
Because it had so little big blinds.
Exactly.
Okay, I understand. I am starting to understand. Okay, so people have been yelling at me to like, you can play about how you can play looser when you have like more big blinds, and I never understood why. They just told me to do it. I was like, no, because I'm stubborn. So, okay, now I understand why. This is actually like this is so fun, honestly. Whatever, you know, like I just move on. I don't tilt. Like it's just like.
Oh, but believe me, it's possible. Like you just, if this happens, 15 times to you in a row.
Yeah, sure. That for sure. Yeah, but like I just don't. I don't even know. I don't know how to describe it, but like it just doesn't really affect me, I guess. I think it's because I play so much League of Legends, there's no tilt. Like, I'm already tilted. I'm literally already tilted right off the bat before I even start my day. So when I play poker, it's like, dude, it doesn't matter.
Cool. We have a good hand here.
So I should raise this, I think, to get him to play more, to get him to put more in.
Okay, so now we want to put in a bigger bet, right? So we want to get some value from his hands.
Does the size you bet matter?
Yeah, the size matters a lot actually. So in this scenario, you should have going for a bit bigger sizes because you want maximum value from your hands, right? So also here on the river is like we generally, or on the turn and the river, you want to put in as many chips as possible with this hand.
Wait, so this is the first 3 are the flop, and then this is the turn, and then this is the river.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still trying to learn all this.
No problem. So flop, turn, and river. So on the flop you raise, on the turn you bet a third, so 2 into 6, and on the river you bet 5 into 10.
Yeah, that's what I did.
So for the next time, imagine, think about here the 6, 7. You want to get more value from your opponent's hand, right? Like if he has a 9, you want him to put in more chips.
Right.
And so in this scenario, definitely you want to be sizing up a little bit to get value from
those two, right? Mm-hmm.
So here, the situation again where we are effective less than 8 big blinds, so only all in.
Only all in now.
No more raising. So all in or fold?
All in or fold now, because we're all okay.
Yeah, because when you get shorter, it's just simpler to just play all in or fold there.
Even if it's like, is that objectively the best play every single time?
It's what the very best opponents would also do, yeah.
Okay, but so I shouldn't worry about the fact that my opponents are kind of bad at the game too. I should just focus on playing my best game.
Exactly.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that.
Normally it goes like this. So I would always suggest to first focus on yourself playing good poker. And then when you're better at poker, you also understand your opponent's mistakes better. And then when you understand their mistakes, then you start. So I always ask 3 questions. First, what do I think is the optimal play? Second, where do I think my opponent makes mistakes? And third, what do I think is the best strategy to counter that? Right? And you're at the first question. So first you want to understand the game a bit more before you start trying to beat your opponent.
For sure. I mean, I need to, first of all, learn like how to play the game. Like if I still don't know the suits, and that sometimes sucks. But yeah. Oh, this is unlucky.
Okay. I think that's close, but probably a call, yeah.
So what I did there was okay with the call?
Yeah, it's not. I'm actually not very certain there myself, but I think it's fine.
Okay. I mean, he had pair of queens. That was just, you know.
Yeah, that luck. Obviously that's a very good hand.
Okay, it's me against this guy.
And you will take his soul. Crush him. Take all of it. Win it. Oh.
You don't know play. Aw. Okay. This is such a... Man, it's like poker is like one of those times when like you actually need kind of lucky hands.
That's true.
But it's all about the long run, so...
It's all about the long run.
I'm okay with that.
All in. Call.
No! Oh my god! Dude! That's the part where poker is just like that sometimes. It's just like that.
Just like that. But fortunately, you never tilt, so...
Yeah, I never tilt. Like, I'm just like, man, it sucks. But like, I've played with enough bad teammates in League. I've had enough RNG in my life, bro. It's literally like whatever. It's literally like whatever. Like, man, coming from League of Legends, there's no way I could get tilted in poker. Because in poker, at least it's pure luck. In League, I have to... It's not just luck for one person, it's luck for 4 people, because there's 4 fucking teammates I have that are all bad. So it's just like, I'm already tilted. Yeah, I'm ready to practice more and hopefully not int.
Yeah, I mean, if you think that League is tilting, then good luck with poker.
Have you played any League?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, really? Yeah. Do you still play or?
I actually played my first game in a long time today.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
How did it go?
It went pretty terrible, but but I have a very strong mental game based on my poker experience. So I told my raging teammates, chill out, bros. We're gonna win this.
Did you win?
No. We got obliterated.
Merry Christmas, whipping in a foreign Santa, turn it to a litmus. Got me feeling down, cause my stocking full of coal, yeah. Out of bed.